Hello, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I feel very tired right now because I did like a Valentine's Day Zoom party on my book club last night and I drank way too much because I hadn't drank for like 28 days, but it's okay. I'm sorry I look rough for this video. This is going to be me choosing another reading recommendations that you guys have sent to me. So if you don't know what that is, I actually have a video that talks all about it. I will link up above and down below for you guys. But essentially, you guys send me a like 30-second or so video clip of you recommending a book for me to read, and you like say like why you think that I would like it, and I then choose from a random generator and I watch that video live and do a whole vlog dedicated to you. So I'm going to go into my email because I have them all saved in a folder, and we're going to randomly generate a next pick. If you haven't seen the first video that I did for this, you can also check that out. I'll like link the playlist or whatever, but it was really awesome. I ended up absolutely loving the book. It was a great recommendation. So these are really fun for me to film, and I'm so excited to pick another one. Okay, I'm just going to screen record. My whole computer is like frozen right now. What is happening? Look at this. It's like half of a window is up. My like screen recorder stopped working. Oh, that's not good. So hopefully it is still going to save my screen recording file. If not, you guys saw that it said 7, just in case. I'm gonna have to turn it off, I think. Okay, we're backing up and running, but of course it did not save my actual screen recording, but it popped up all my windows again, and it is still on number 7 for the generator. So that was Pam. If we go back to our reading recs, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So number 7, this is Pam. We are going to download her video and watch it. Sorry for the technical difficulties, everybody.
Hi, Jackie. My name is Pam. I live in Texas, and I'm here to give you a recommendation. So I'm hoping that you will connect with this book, since I know that you really like memoirs, and this takes place in kind of like the same region that we both grew up.
She's kind of scaring me a little bit because I'm like, okay, are you like, do you just want me to read this book, or do you actually think I'm gonna like it? I don't know. Okay, let's see what she has to say.
My recommendation for you is The Glass Castle.
I actually already have that book. It's on my shelf, which is absolutely perfect. Oh my gosh. Okay, let me hear what she has to say about this.
By Jeanette Walls. Basically, this is a memoir about a girl who grows up with, shall we say, really unconventional parents. And her childhood is definitely outside of the norm. So I just think that you'll really connect with this, and I think that you'll enjoy it. I don't know if it will hold up to A Member of the Family, which was your last recommendation, but this is still my recommendation for you. So I hope you enjoy it, and I can't wait to hear your thoughts.
Yay! Okay, that was definitely a super great video. Thank you, Pam, so much for sending that in. I don't need these on anymore, but I think that is going to be amazing. Let me actually go grab my copy right now. Okay, here it is. So I got gifted this for Christmas, and it does look like it's pretty short, but the font is pretty tiny. But I do have to go to work. Literally, actually I need to get ready right now. I'm cutting it close, but I might see if I can look up the audiobook for this and start it this week, because I don't have to wait, obviously, to like go to the library and get the book. I literally have it. So I am so excited to read this, and I can't wait to let you know, Pam, like how it is. It says, The Glass Castle is a remarkable memoir of resilience and redemption, and a revelatory look into a family at once deeply dysfunctional and uniquely vibrant. Sorry, I had to walk up the steps. I'm out of breath. When sober, Jeanette's brilliant and charismatic father captured his children's imagination, teaching them physics, geology, and how to embrace life fearlessly. But when he drank, he was dishonest and destructive. Her mother was a free spirit who abhorred the idea of domesticity and didn't want the responsibility of raising a family. The Wells children learned to take care of themselves. They fed, clothed, and protected one another, and eventually found their way to New York. Their parents followed them, choosing to be homeless even as their children prospered. What? Oh my gosh, this sounds absolutely amazing. I want to start it like right now. So I am gonna go get ready for work, and if I am listening to the audiobook, I'm gonna look it up on Libby right now, and if I can listen to it like a little bit later at work a little bit, like I'll let you guys know. Okay, so this book already reminds me a lot of Educated by Tara Westover. I am only 3% in it. I just started listening to it while I was getting ready for work, and now I'm headed to work, and I only live like 5 minutes away. Again, it is reminding me of like kind of how I grew up, because the actual lady, Jeanette, I guess her name is, as a young girl, she like caught fire, like her dress caught fire and then her hair caught fire and stuff, and her family took her to the hospital, and they put like bandages on, and they were like, oh my gosh, like, you know, it's a good thing that you came because you almost didn't live. And the dad is like so upset and is like, oh my gosh, you know, don't put bandages on her, you know, wounds need to breathe, and we should have went to like the witch doctor because the witch doctor would like know more things. And it's just crazy because like that's how like the dad is in Educated by Tara Westover. But also, that's how my mom was growing up. Like, so many people never, like, they just don't understand that I had never gone to the doctor, ever. Like, never, ever, ever. Never got a checkup. It's just, it's funny. I mean, like, yes, I know that some people, like, some people go too far with it. I also was never a sick child, so I didn't really have to go to the doctor. But it's just crazy how, like, I don't know. I love books like this where, I mean, I'm not loving the fact that like some children are actually abused or whatever, but it's just crazy to think that I thought my mom was like just, you know, the only person ever in the world that was like that. And it's like, no, there's so many of these other books that kind of talk about their childhood, and it reminds me of my childhood, which is crazy to think. So anyway, I'm 3% in. It's good so far. I haven't really gotten to much, so I will update you guys later. Hello, hi. It's actually the next day, and I am listening to the audiobook. I'm quick driving to the eye doctor to get my new glasses fitted better and stuff like that. But I have to go to work well, I have to do a COVID test after that, because we get weekly COVID testing where I work, and then I have to go to work after that. But anyway, I was listening to more of The Glass Castle, and I just had to stop it and tell you guys about like one of the things that she said. So she said that her mom made a lot of things homemade, like she didn't buy prepackaged and processed foods, which is also the same as how I grew up, but that her mom didn't really like cooking, and she would make like a big vat of beans for the whole entire week, and they would eat them for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And when they started going bad, they would just add more spices to them. So that is actually, I don't know if you know this, but fun fact about me, I actually don't really like beans, because my mom would also make, because like beans are so cheap, and I grew up in a very big family, and she would make like a huge thing of pinto beans, and we would have like nothing to go with them, and they were disgusting, and I did not like them. So that is why I do not like beans to this day. Say hello, Destiny.
Damn, she is that bitch.
Okay, so you guys haven't met Destiny before, because unfortunately, you know, like Nelson and Lane aren't here anymore, so this is my new best friend, you know.
I'm hurt and flattered at the same time.
Yeah. So anyway, I have to wash dishes tonight, which means that I get to listen to my audiobook.
Tell me you're not the favorite. Tell me you're not the favorite.
Oh, can you do a TikTok dance for them?
No.
Show them your moves.
Show me your room.
Okay, bye.
I should have locked the gates. I should have thrown away the key. And I'll be fine with this, to be the end for you and me.
Hello, everybody. So I've been awake for a very long time because I had to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning and take this like 3-hour breath test thing that I'm doing to find out if I have something called SIBO or SIBO. It's like SIBO. It's like a small intestinal bacteria overgrowth because I just always have like a lot of bloating. And my sister actually ended up having it. And so the doctor that I've been going to, we checked my thyroid and I don't have any thyroid problems. I did have very low vitamin D, but this test was the next test. And then I'm also going tomorrow to a lab to get something called an H. pylori test. H. pylori, something like that. So anyway, I had to like only eat meat yesterday, and I had to fast from 6 o'clock last night until 6 o'clock this morning, and I had to wake up at 6 o'clock because you had to be awake for an hour before being able to start taking the breath test. And then you do it, it's different increments, but it's almost 9:30, so I'm about to take another one. But then my last one will be at 10, and then I have to be at work by 10:30. So I watched the latest episode of This Is Us because I was a little bit behind. So I did that this morning, and then I have been reading a bit. So I am over halfway. I'm on page 159 of The Glass Castle. I also realized that there is a movie for this book, and I am able to watch it on YouTube TV. So I'm going to, I think once I finish the book, I think I'm gonna watch the movie and include like my thoughts in this vlog, because I feel like I honestly don't have that many thoughts from this book. I mean, it could be I was like listening to it on audio at work, so I couldn't write down everything I was thinking, but I wouldn't say that this has been one of my favorite like nonfiction books yet. I think it's because it's a little bit more just like sporadic storytelling. It doesn't really, I don't know. Like, yes, I am shocked by some of the things that she has gone through in life about like just how her dad is an alcoholic and how her mom is just literally like out in left field all the time. But I don't feel like there's as many things that I'm shocked about yet. Whereas when I was reading other books, like obviously the Charles Manson book and like Educated and The Sound of Gravel, I guess it's because those kind of have a little bit of like a cult theme to them. They seem a little bit more like out there. Whereas this one just feels like there's all these little stories inside. I also don't really like that this book doesn't really have chapters. Like, I'm like halfway and I'm on like chapter 3 or something like that. But I will say that Jeanette, like, she sounds like she was a really good kid. She always talks about like her mom and dad doing like crazy things, but she seemed to be like a really good kid and had her head on her shoulders correctly. There is a mention about rape in this book because when she was like in school, I mean, she still is only in like, I think where I'm reading right now, she's in like 5th grade, but one of the like boys that wanted to be her boyfriend, and he also had a drunk father, he was like trying to like kind of like push her and kiss her and then like undress her and stuff, and then he was being like, when she was like, you know, I don't want to do that, pushes him away, and she's like, I'm not your girlfriend, then he was like, oh well, whatever, like, you got raped, and like she didn't even know what that word was. So she was fairly young at that time. So it is very upsetting and sad that like so many people do go through a situation like that. But I'm not sure if I'm going to finish it today or not. I probably won't. I'll probably finish it tomorrow. But it's like pretty good. Like it's like middle of the range. I wouldn't say that this book is blowing me out of the water yet, but I mean, it does have so many different awards, and I mean, who knows, maybe the movie will be really good. So these are my little like tubes of my breath, and I literally have them all right here. Oh, hey Graham, what's up? So yeah, I have 2 more left to do, and I'm about to do it. So I literally just breathe in this bag and then put the tube here, and it collects my breath.
Tell you everything I've seen, the friends I've made, and then you tell me how you've been. Look a little closer, it's been quite some time. You gotta let me know if I'm out of line. But there's some words that I just wanna.
Good morning, guys. Today is Wednesday, February 10th, I think. I'm actually off today, but I am about to go. I need to go to a lab and take another breath test and get some blood work done. It's about 45 to 50 minutes away, so it will take me a couple hours to do this, but I am going to listen to The Glass Castle. I'm also going to treat myself with a Starbucks coffee after the lab because I have to be fasting for this. So it is 10 o'clock and I haven't had any coffee. I can't wait to go back to just being able to have coffee when I want to. Yeah, I have this is my new wallet. And if you didn't know, I actually started the cash envelope system in order to like budget really well this year and pay off the whole scam debt thing that we have. But anyway, so yeah, I have my little like cash envelopes and stuff in here. It's really, really, really cute. I just printed them off. Anyway, I have a bunch of, well, I have a budget with me on my main channel if you're interested in seeing. I also have a like budgeting group, and in the future on my main channel I'm even going to show you guys like how I stuff my envelopes because I'm doing singing funds and zero-based budgeting and everything, and I'm really excited about it. So I thought I would mention it here on this channel for those of you that also are like interested, and that way that you can like, you know, go over and check out all of that stuff. It's just budgeting with Jacqueline, like the videos that I think are really helpful. Other people are doing it like with cash envelopes. If you do it without cash envelopes, I show you my whole wallet breakdown and everything. So yeah, if you want to join, I'll try and remember to link that down below, and if not, my main channel has all that information. That means that we can get a Starbucks coffee because I already saved for everything else this month and I deserve to have a coffee. So let's go. We gotta go, otherwise we're gonna be late. Oh my gosh, I literally cannot believe the part that I'm listening to is her talking about how like her and her brother were always starving and they had no lunch to take to school, and everybody would make fun of them for how skinny they were, and there was literally just no food in the house. They tried like foraging for stuff. Well, anyway, they were like, yeah, it was weird. Mom just kept getting fatter, and one night, you know, we thought she was chewing something, and she was like, no, I'm just working out my gums. And here she was hiding a huge king-size chocolate bar and eating it while her children are starving. I cannot believe that, like, that's what type of mother she is, and she literally doesn't care that her children are starving and they have to eat out of the trash can at school all of the leftovers that people just dump in there because they have no food. Oh my gosh, another instance where her mom is literally like not helping her. So she is with one of her uncles, and he was like roping her under the table while he's getting himself off. And she left to go tell her mom and was like, Mom, like Uncle, whatever his name is, like he's behaving inappropriately. And she was like, well, he's so lonely. And she was like, yeah, but it's gross. And the mom was like, well, sexual assault is just all by like how you perceive it. Like, are you okay? Are you fine? And Jeanette was like, yeah, like I'm okay. And she's like, well, there you go. Like, see, nothing happened. Like, you're fine. It's okay. Like, just deal with it. She's like, girls are always just complaining about nothing. And I was like, what? What are you saying right now? Like, this mother and father, but definitely the mother. Oh my gosh, you guys, look how cute this Starbucks looks. Let me get a better, like, it's literally like a little cottage. Oh my gosh, like how cute is that?
Thanks for coming to Starbucks. We're gonna get started for you.
Hi, can I get a tall flat white?
Hey, have you been hooked yet? I'm so sorry.
That's okay. I just ordered a tall flat white.
Okay. Anything else? I'm so sorry about
Nope,
that.
that's it. You're okay.
Okay.
I'm sorry, did you want me to pull forward?
Yes, please.
Okay. It was a really weird experience. Like, what? Okay, let's hope that they actually got my coffee. We'll see. Okay, forget everything that I said about the mom being worse than the dad, because I was literally just like, I wanted to throw up listening to the part that I just listened to. So probably skip like me being in the car at the moment if you don't want to hear any type of trigger warnings about like child abuse and stuff like that, sexual abuse. But her dad kept asking her for money for who knows what, and she always had a soft spot for her dad, so she gave him the money. And then he came back and asked for more and asked for more, and like she's kind of realizing, she said like, oh, I realized I'm getting used. And so anyway, she gives him like more money, and her dad now is like, okay, like I have to pay you back, but I have to go work a job in order to pay you back, and you need to come along with me. So he goes to this like guy's house along with Jeanette, his daughter, and starts playing pool with this guy, and is like, I guess like gambling money or whatever. And he tells his daughter, he's like, keep your legs crossed and keep them crossed tightly. And then after he wins $80 from the guy was getting drunk, and he's like, okay, like I'm done playing pool with you or whatever. He's like, oh, you know, let me take your daughter up to my apartment. I have an apartment like above here. And instead of the dad, like obviously not wanting his daughter to be put in a situation like that, the dad's like, okay, like, bye Jeanette, like just, you know, holler if you need me or anything, but like you can take care of yourself. And then she goes upstairs with this guy, and he's like trying to push himself onto her, and she is like, oh, I have like scars, like, and shows him his scars. And then she's like, I think I hear my dad calling, and like leaves. And she's like, I'm so mad at my dad. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I just cannot believe that these parents are the worst parents ever. And they're letting, like, how can you be a parent and just sit there and let your child like be sexually assaulted or raped or abused or starved or whatever it is that like is happening to these kids? But she, as the older child, wants to be able to take care of her younger siblings, and so she's like, I'm so mad at my dad, but like he ended up giving her like $40 for like going along with him on the trip and like paying her back. And she's like, I'm really mad at him, but like I need that money to like feed my siblings. Like, it's for my siblings, and I'm doing this for my siblings, and that, like, it breaks my heart. Groceries away, I'm back at home, and I realized that I only have 94% left in this book, and so I think because it's my day off, I'm gonna watch the movie tonight because it's on YouTube TV. So I am very excited. I at first, I like was not enjoying this book as much as I've enjoyed other ones, but I am enjoying it a lot more now. I've been having like actual strong emotions, like whether I'm angry or I'm sad or whatever it is. Anytime I feel like a strong connection to characters is when I usually like a book better. So I am, like, it's not obviously the best book I've ever read, but it's definitely a lot better. I think that after getting past the halfway point, I started enjoying it a lot more. So I'm actually about to bake. I had gone to the store because I am baking something for a friend. I don't want to say who it is because I think that this video is going to be going out and they don't know it yet. So I'm going to go ahead and start baking, and I'm going to listen to the last 6% of the book. So I'm gonna do that, and then I will definitely update you guys on my thoughts, and then I'll be watching the movie, and then I'll update you guys on my thoughts about the movie too. So stay tuned, don't leave yet. Don't leave this video, please.
Now you pour out of me, 'cause I've been under your spell. I flush it out to sea and hope someday I can repel. Even if we wake the dead, you're causing all the troubles buried in my head. What was I supposed to do? Barely standing when you fell into my arms again. You fell into my...
Oh my gosh, you guys, this song in here is so good. Let me show you for a couple seconds.
Of people. I have a whole box of flowers back there. Down here, people like my flowers better than they do in New York. You know, she got a story about how he gave her a star.
Hello. So I finished The Glass Castle and I finished the movie tonight, and I'm going to rate the actual book 4 stars. I was originally going to rate it 3.5. But the second half was definitely a lot better, and I definitely got a lot of emotions out of it. I was angry, I was sad. Even in the movie, I was like tearing up, and the movie was actually really good too. Alvin had gotten home like when the movie was like halfway finished, and he was actually invested in it, which I didn't think that he would be like it, that he would like that type of movie. But he also, I think, is like me because we both came from a little bit of like rough families. So when we like read, or well, he doesn't read, but when I read or when we watch movies about like other people's like rough childhoods, I think it just like hits, you know, something for us. But anyway, so this one, even though it wasn't as good as some of the other memoirs that I read, I definitely think that if you like memoirs or you want to start getting into them, this is definitely a good one to start with. It's not as dark and disturbing as the other ones that I've read, so like there's nothing to do with cults in here, but this is about Jeanette and her childhood, where her dad is an alcoholic and her mom just like, they both just don't care about being parents. Like, they are awful parents. They use all of the money. They don't buy food for the kids. They don't take care of the kids. They just act very irresponsible, and so the children have to like pick up the slack. And a lot of them, like a lot of the kids had to start working at a very young age, like not like 15, like, you know, you would think, like more like 8 in order to have food, just for them to have a meal. A lot of times they went to school like without lunch, or they were eating out of the trash, or they had no electricity or no running water, or, you know, were just being like assaulted by a lot of people, and their parents just didn't care. So if you like reading about stories like that, then you would like this. The reason that it just didn't get 5 stars from me is I just felt that the writing style was different than the other books that I've read that are memoirs. It didn't have as much of a fictional feel. Like, I think I liked a lot of the other books because it felt like a good story, like it felt like it was like characters in a story, whereas this one didn't really feel like a timeline very much. It was just kind of very sporadic stories, and I think there's only like 4 chapters in the whole book, so I don't know if that matters to you, but it just seemed very not well put together in my opinion. But other than that, I don't really have anything like specifically that I didn't enjoy about this. Like, it just didn't hit me where it needed to hit me to get a 5 star out of it. But I wanted to thank Pam for sending this in, because I mean, this was a very good book, and I'm definitely very glad that I read it, and I'm really glad I watched the movie too, because it worked really well for me to like read the book and then watch the movie, and they did a very good job. Like, they included so many sentences that I remember listening to from this book, specifically like right into the movie. So, you know, like so many things that they said, they didn't change too much of it. And so that was really cool when Alan would be watching and I was like, literally, like that was in the book, like her dad said that. So also, do you guys love my beautiful lights? And they just like make my office look so amazing. I love them so much. But yeah, so that's it, you guys. That was the rest of this reading vlog. I hope you guys really enjoyed it, and I can't wait to see what my next reading recommendations book is going to be. I mean, how is this possible? Out of the 2 videos I've done so far, I have had 2 very good books. You guys must either know me very well, or I've just been randomly getting the good ones first. But anyway, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day, and I will see you all in another video very soon. Bye everyone.